Alrighty, before I start my stream, ちょっと待ってね guys. I'm just going to handle some issue on the internet right now. Like some idiot, like seriously, some idiot don't even understand some of the point though. Racism holiday. ちょっと待ってね. Right now, I'm actually very pissed off about some people who is still trying to downplay racism against me though. Like I'm very pissed off. Like I'm being on this for the past 24 hours, and there are some idiot who trying to. Like you know the funny thing is that when you win the battle and people just can't take the L, even when you throw fat at them, and right now they're just like, oh I was right, dude. Just take the L. Understand that racism doesn't just start from saying the N-word. It starts from misusing a language. And some people just can't take it. Zai-shi-san, hello there, how's your day? Right now I'm gonna play Genshin, but at the moment I'm gonna type some Twitter reply. It's just that right now I'm very pissed off. But I mean like there are some idiot on the internet just can't really like understand what you mean to Wait, that's kind of weird. Am I from Indonesia? No, I'm not from Indonesia, but I'm somewhere near from Indonesia. It's just that right now, I for some reason trying to highlight racism in some country, and yet some people just can't accept language is language discriminancy is a form of racism. Like some people just can't accept it though. Like if you misuse a country language, it is a form of discriminancy, and yeah, some people, and it in the form is a form of racism, and some people just can't accept it. Like really Indonesia or Malaysia? No, I'm not from Malaysia, nor am I from Indonesia, but you are very, very close from where I am from. Very, 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 very close. Yeah, I mean, like, Southeast Asia isn't just part of Malaysia and Indonesia. But you are very, very close though. But right now, I'm. Oh wait, you find Malaysia or Malaysia people? Oh, don't worry, you are very close. I am very. My country is very, 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 very close to Malaysia, but at the same time, I'm not in Malaysia. Hong-san, hello there. How's it going? Does that mean there is two options? Brunei or Singapore? Yes. But which country will you first state though? Which country will you state? If you're given the option. How? Right now I'm just kind of like playing Genshin, but at the same time I feel like I've been busy talking with people on the internet about Can I join? I only let people who know me very, 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 very well to join. I do need to make sure that I know the person. I need to make sure that I know you very, very well before I can let you join that easily. If I don't know who are you, how can I be so sure that I can let you join? How am I doing? Not fine. Thank you very much for asking. When I say not fine, it's because of like racism in the whole world has to be addressed. But at the same time, a lot of the American people, it doesn't matter whether they are black or white, even when some people say, oh, racism should be addressed, dude, they don't even understand what is racism, and they just keep on shouting like racism is a bad thing, racism is a bad thing, when they don't even understand the full issue of racism in their country. They don't even understand the racism doesn't start out from their behavior whatsoever, and it always start off from somewhere, and they don't understand the whole situation. Pachi, 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 pachi. You're correct. But yeah, it's just that sometimes, it's just that sometimes, you know, like when you know very well that people just can't take it. Like some people just can't accept some harsh truth, and they always think that they are right. And when you highlight the issue they have on hand, they will be like, no, it can't be true. Okay. If so, racism is an issue, but they are not going to say that racism is an issue on a whole or something along the line. It just doesn't make sense though. Okay, let me explain it in simple terms. When we say like racism is an issue, normally we will say that if a race if a race hate another race, that is considered a racism issue. And then if one person go to the point of saying, hey, I'm gonna misuse your language, that alone can be also a racism issue. So often more than not, right, I always state racism is not just about race against race. It's everything that is wrong with racism. There is the language racism, there is the skin color racism, there is the country racism, there is a lot of different kind of racism in this whole world, and there is like everyone say, oh, racism is bad, but they are not addressed that. When people tell me you are not addressing the actual racism issue, dude, I'm being saying the whole damn thing about racism is a bad thing. I'm addressing it as a whole, and yet you are trying to fight with me as if you know every single thing. Throughout my life as a writer, I have researched on racism from top to bottom, from language to skin to country, and people want to fight with me about racism? Like, dude, language, like misuse of other country language is racism on its own right. And there are some internet idiot who can't understand that racism does not start from skin color. It starts from language as well. It starts from the country as well. It starts from behavior as well. It can even start from religious and cultural racism. That's like, there is so many forms of racism in the whole damn world, and there are some people not addressing the right racism in the first place. It is just like, oh, racism, yeah. Dude, what racism is truly formed is not just it's called racism for a reason. It's about how you counter it. And some people trying to counter with me racism, like, dude, I study about racism. I know how well racism is a very sensitive topic in the whole damn world. Which is the reason why I put up a freaking tweet on Twitter. I put up a Twitter stating that America is like chess, black versus white. If people can understand what it truly means, it's not about just the skin color. So we still on the play victim. Yeah, that's the thing. People is trying to play. Okay, I'm just going to show on internet, on YouTube right now, so that you guys can have a better understanding. Because this idiot is trying to go with me with racism. I'm like, dude, what are you even trying to prove? And he's trying to end it with this thing right now. I'm going to show you guys how much I'm being pissed off about this idiot right now. This person is called he's trying to play victim on me. Like throughout the whole story, racism. Oh, it's kind of like, okay, it started out from this. Racism is bad, so you're going to say that you should cherry pick or lying to prove the point of racism is bad and making it worse, and not addressing the issue that racism should be solved and not making noise about it and not doing anything about it. And the person said, I don't need to prove that racism is bad. It is. What's wrong with you? Okay, so he's going to attack me now. So I'm going to say that, okay, we can agree racism is bad. But what I'm stating that there are some people who misuse it, and that is the bug which I am referring. That is the issue that I felt many should address, unless I'm wrong on that end. And the person just replied, no, the problem we should address is racism in VTuber sphere. Not some people in the VTuber sphere are rude about the fact that racism exists in it. The fact that you prioritize that over actual racism show how little you care about. Dude, this just being like, what? So I actually say, dude, I'm not saying racism in VTuber community should not be addressed. Like, this idiot don't even understand. I never, like, which part of my statement state that VTuber should not be an issue. I'm like addressing every single thing. And this idiot don't even understand what I'm stating. And now people will make up whatever bullshit excuse to not having to talk about racism. It doesn't matter how you address it, they will say it anyway. Shall we stir up a lot of shit and make a ton of people mad? Most of them a-hole. But at least people talk about the issue now. Yes, and I will agree that more people are talking about it now. But the way to approach it isn't a productive in a way. It's like firing the first big shot and not expecting a counterattack. And when it did, it was a total storm. But like I mentioned, racism isn't in VTuber sphere only. I mean, just didn't mention about that. It doesn't mean I didn't care. Yes, that's the thing. It is an issue as a whole. And I will go back to why I said it's a whole issue. And this person can say, so what? We are in a VTuber sphere, but people reacting education with racist remarks, diffraction and basic education against P only prove him right. The VTuber sphere had a lot of problem with racism. And nobody care about it. What? Like, what are you trying to prove? It's true what I'm all saying. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm being truthful about what I'm saying. I've been trying to have a conversation with this person, and Neru-san, if you say that you know him and he seems to be against Niji Sanji, but right now he seems like an idiot to me. Am I mad? Yes, I'm mad. Because this idiot don't even understand why it's not even understanding what. And listen as the story go by. Isn't he did something similar in the first place? It's fine if he start with stating that there are racism in VTuber, but he has to misuse two languages to prove his point. It's more like the boy who cried wolf, and of course people will ignore the whole racism issue, because when you put up a false information in the first place, right, people is gonna ignore you. And this person say, oh, it was a joke. Dude, that is when he said it was a joke, that pisses me off already. That's why I was like, not everyone can take joke. Like why you say it's racism when there is no proof? That's the thing. If you misuse information to prove a false thing, then it's just basically the boy who cried wolf. Until when there is actual wolf who come appear, then that is when people cry. That's the thing. This idiot just trying to counter me, and you know what is making things more worse? Even when as the story go by, I'm actually saying that there is an issue. Misrepresentative of other language can be considered racism in its own right. That is called linguistic discriminancy. That is called, or in other words, language racism. For those who are unaware, there is something we call language racism. And this idiot say I'm making things up. So the thing is, right, the person is trying, no, the thing is, right, I don't think he's trying to troll me at all. The thing is, right now he's just saying that, oh, he's just trying to deny everything, and at the end of the day, black people are at fault that racism exists, but because they say, how effing there you are, is a hurtful slur whatsoever. Dude, I freaking throw the fact at him, and now he's trying to go back at me at this point of time. And saying that I don't care about racism. Dude, this idiot, people don't like the truth. Yeah, that's the thing. This idiot is just trying, he just don't even understanding the whole truth. Like, he's just trying to say that, oh, I'm being racist now. This person just because this person is against Niji Sanji doesn't mean that he's not supportive of the racism in the first place. It's just basically trying to tell the whole damn world that, oh, you are racist because I don't understand, you are not gonna. Dude, it's all in the internet, and this person is just trying to say, I'm not saying like black people are at fault. I'm saying like I'm saying like, if he doesn't want people to use the, how about all try not to use the N-word, including black American? Make it a taboo. Like, if you don't want people to use the N-word, don't use the N-word. Don't encourage the N-word. Because everyone keep using it, people will think that it's fine to use it. Obviously, people will say it. If you don't use, like, it's the same thing as F word. Why do everyone love to use the F word? Because everyone is using it. If there is no one using the F word, obviously people won't use the F word. It's because people keep using the F word, that's why people are using the F word. That guy just wants to be a winner. Yeah, this guy is just an idiot right now. That's why I'm saying that I'm not trying to give a W or L. I'm trying to have a conversation with this person, and this person is even if he against Niji, this is just an idiot. I'm being vocal about Niji Sanji, but I always vocal about Niji Sanji in the right way. I'm always addressing the issue, the main issue. But this idiot is trying to pray with me that you don't care about reason. Dude, throughout my whole sentence, I have never used a big word, and this person trying to use a big word with me. At this point of time, I just feel like this is just a little boy trying to have a fight with an adult, and he can't even accept the L. And he can't accept, like, I throw fat. I won't, like, I am the type of person who do my research carefully, and I am very, very careful with the things I say. Because if I'm not careful with the thing I say, it will come back on me. But this idiot trying to pick a fight with me and trying to indicate that, oh, racism, how dare you, like, what are you trying to prove? I'm lost right now. I'm not lost at whatsoever. Like, one last time, he never accused any of the girl of racism. He's making a joke. Dude, they just basically back and forth, like saying not everyone can take a joke. And this person trying to say, I'm rather not to talk about that non-issue. Like, what? You're the one who trying to not make it an racial issue. Just ignore him. I will just give him one last sentence. If he counter, it's just a child now. I just want to give one last take about this. Promise, yes. I'm gonna just say this to his thing. Not all find his joke funny. And since when did I not address that racism should like, this guy just trying to diverse so many stupid issues. Like, he's still, like, I don't understand what he's trying to say though. Oh, now, and this is like, I'm saying like, how about all let's try, all try, I'm saying like, all try not to use the N word. I'm not saying like we should, black people are at fault. Dude. If the word exit, there will be people who will use it. If you do not want other to use it, then don't make the word popular. Don't make the word popular in the first place. That's all. It's so simple. If you don't get the joke, how can that joke be funny? It's just unprofessional comedian. And this idiot can't even understand. This is one of the reasons why Yeah, the thing is, right, when one, like, I agree with you, Zaishi-san, when people use it, when people use it, other people will know that it's a word that exists, and that basically people will use it in the first place. And because it exists in the first place, obviously people who are not educated about this whole thing, right, they will misuse it. So obviously if people are gonna say that, oh, racism is a bad thing, you do not use the N-word. Yeah, if you feel that racism, if you feel the N-word is a thing, don't use the N-word. Just discourage people from using it. If people use it, educate them correctly. That's all you need to be. But why do they people have to go to the point of saying that, oh hey, you use the N-word, you're racist? How about let's use the Southeast Asia most common word in America that is considered racist. We all know that if we say the word dog, it's considered racist. Why? Because you're calling a person worthless, worthless, a person who follow others, a bad person along the line. Can we just say that should we all ban the word dog? It's like I don't understand why some idiot just can't understand the true issue about the whole racism in the first place. It's not just only like. Yeah, but I'm not gonna address to that person though. It's just that I mean, like sometimes when you know, like when you have like some people who is against Niji Sanji, right? Not all of them are considered very, very good though. Yeah, it's just the issue, right? That when there is people who claim they know it all, there will be other people who know it even more. And the thing is, right, it's just that even when there is people who is against Niji Sanji, it's also proof that they are just riding on the cocktail and they don't even know the true issue that is happening. And at this point of time, right, even when even when I go to the point of teaching people, like I always been careful with the thing I say. I always tend to be careful about the thing I point out. And I personally agree that hey, racism should be an issue. It should be a thing that everyone should address, every single thing. But at the same time, I mean, like there will always be some idiot who just trying to see the world burn in a way. But I'm so sorry, guys. I mean, like sometimes this is one of the reasons why I hardly use Twitter for a reason. Is that on Twitter, you always come across such people, and even when you think that oh they are on your side, sometimes you won't know that some of the people are that those kind of people are actually just writing on every single thing and not knowing the issue on the whole thing though. Yeah, some people don't understand things like if they did something wrong, just teach them the right way. No, I do agree on that though. No, Rosan, that's the thing. I feel like every time when I teach people the right way, I always get bashed though. It's like sometimes when you throw fat at people and people couldn't accept it, And when you do try to like educate them in the way that that should be an address, they'll be like, no, we should not address it, that's not the main issue. Like, okay, if that's not the main issue, so what is the main issue now? It's somehow I really wonder, like, do they ever like read what they like what they are stating in the first place? It really amazed me to a lot of point that I'm really questioning, like, what are they even trying to prove in the first place? I mean, I no offense to everyone who trying to highlight racism is an issue. It's just that it really brought me the wrong way when they don't understand the main issue of racism. It's and even when the other I mean, like, it's like where I'm stating, like, when people point out when that person make a very distasteful start, that is, some people take that as a racism because it is a form of racism. It's called language racism. Misusing other language, like if I say in Chinese or if I say in Japanese, there is a common word and people just say, oh, you're saying the N word. So if I say all the common word is an N word, then isn't that a little bit of discriminancy? Isn't that a little bit of racism? Because you are saying another race language. You are misusing another race. Like, with the reason why language and racism does go hand in hand at time, that is called linguistic discriminancy. And that VTuber misuse JP and CN VTuber language. He misused it. That is a form of racism. With the reason why there are a lot of people who use racism slur on him. It go both ways. You can't just expect that, oh, I'm gonna say that you are racist. Dude. So if you're gonna go to the point of using racism just to prove that other people are racist, aren't you just saying, there is a Chinese saying, when you say about others, you're talking about yourself. So does that mean that that person is racism himself? Like, you have to, if you want to prove racism, you do not want to put cherry pick stuff, you do not want to put out false information, you want to use actual fact. And at the same time, at this point of time, I always say that, hey, when we say that, like, this is one of the things I find it very funny, that people say that racism should be removed from VTuber. But the thing is, right, will removing racism from VTuber remove racism as a whole? If you remove some racism people from VTubing, right, there will be other there will be people who is racism that will still end up entering VTuber. So if you want to stop racism as a whole, you stop everything as a whole. When you stop everyone from being racism, then there won't be racism in VTubing. It's very, very simple. I don't understand why people can't see the simple fact. Like, if and the funny thing is, right, this is one of the reasons why, like, I mean, like, if let's use Singapore as a base. If anyone is not aware, if you are racism in Singapore, you can be arrested. You can be arrested in Singapore for being a racist. Now, will American people set that as a law? The problem about different language and culture should be focused on purpose and intent. I do find that point very valid though, Nero-san. I do find that point to be very, very valid. The thing is, right, not everyone understands the true purpose. I mean, like, even right now, if I go and go to the internet right now, I can just see that idiot trying to prove his point right now, and I'm not going to, don't worry, I won't reply to him. He already replied to me. And I'm going to show you guys how much of a person trying to highlights his point right now. I will show you guys why this person just couldn't accept it. Well, when I stated that not all find his joke funny, well, what are we talking about here? Racism? No, we are talking about you're not finding a joke funny. And this person is like, dude, he's... this person... You look, guys. This is one of the reasons why I say this is an effing idiot. What are we talking about? Racism? No, we are talking about you're not finding a joke funny. Dude, there is another topic we are talking about racism, and this person is trying to say it's like this idiot say I'm deflecting from the start, and he is the one who deflecting from the first place. Like he like throughout the whole freaking thing, he's the one deflecting every single thing, and now he's saying I'm the one deflecting this guy. If that is not called denying the whole truth. Like when I say that, okay, this is one of the reasons why he said that you got what you want, congratulations, I'll move on. Oh wow. He doesn't want to give the L that easily now, huh? Or the issue is not about people using the word, it's the wrong people using the word. Your solution is absolutely horrible, dude. If people, and the funny thing is, like, what do you mean by if people bully you for liking anime, just stop sorry about anime? Like, okay, guys. Anyone who saw my video indicating that the 4 key phase for madness, there is 2 key phase to madness. One of the key phase is called giving weird reasoning. Secondly, is called full denial. This person just proved my point about like when I'm stating that if like I'm saying about the racism, he decided to just deflect. This is called deflecting. He's just denying. He's just giving weird reason at this point, and I don't see any point of fighting with this person anymore. Don't worry, Nerusa. I promise you that I'm not going to talk with this person anymore. It's just that this person is not aware of. And don't make video about this person. Don't worry, I'm not going to do a random chat about this. It doesn't even worth my time. It's just that this just shows that when people really don't understand what they're saying, and when they realize it, they will just say that, oh, it's your win, oh, congratulations, you got what you want. It's like, that is just a sore loser. This is just proving that he's just being a sore loser, and he couldn't accept it. And when he realized that he's the one who is deflecting, and like, dude, I've been saying like, since when did I address that racism should not be addressed in the first place? And he's the one who's deflecting it now, and I'm like, this is one of the reasons why sometimes I find Twitter very, very funny at times. Is that, no, I'm not saying that racism should not be addressed. It's just that when you're trying to have a very good conversation with people, people couldn't accept the truth. This is one of the things that I always tell myself a lot of time. Not everyone can handle the truth. It's something that we all know very well. I mean, like, if you can't handle the truth, if you can't handle it, don't go and highlight it as an issue, because we all know that racism or whatsoever can be, I mean, like, sometimes truth hurt, facts hurt. I know it very well. I can also deny a lot of things in my life. I know that very, very well. But it's just that going to the point of when you realize that you lose and you can't accept it, man up, highlight that, yes, I agree with your point, but I feel that there is some issue we should highlight. Like, dude, this person is just being a young little boy trying to argue with me when he doesn't even understand what is racism in the first place. And he's trying to highlight that racism is the thing. Like, dude, I don't care whether you're black or white or pale or purple or red or blue. I do not fight a people based on the age, race, or language. I give my fact. I take everyone as equal. If you can't take the L, don't fight with me. Unless you can convince me to get the L, I will accept it. This is the reason why sometimes when I take a lot of side of the coin, when I understand from many perspectives, is I know it's not easy, but it's just that unless people can convince me to do so, I will take the L really big. But some people just couldn't accept. I mean, like, this is one of the funny reasons why sometimes when you live long enough as an old person, like as a, I mean, like, this is really one of the funny thing as an old man is that sometimes when you come across this kind of issue, you see this kind of thing that is happening, and when you try to guide people on the right path, they just couldn't accept it. It's like, if guys, this is one of the reasons why when I say that if you listen, you listen. If you don't listen, I'm not going to stop you, because I'm not that free. I'm not that kind enough to always stop my waste my time to talk about this kind of issue. Like, this person just trying to waste my time. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to waste your time. If you listen, you listen. If you don't listen, you trying to deny all my fact. Why are you trying to even trying to argue with me in the first place? But then again, Naruto, like I mentioned, I promise you, I will not talk to this person, nor will I make a video about it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my attention. I really say that my last one is already affair is already a case closed situation. If he chooses to continue, that's on him. Risabi? I can't handle the truth sometimes, because sometimes people tell me, let me know in a harsh way, like we have million words in this word, but people do it. Yeah, that's the thing. I personally feel that sometimes true hurt. It's just that if you accept it, you accept it. If you can't accept it, we can discuss about it and we can see how to improve on it. The thing is, right, racism, it's always been an iffy topic for me, because the thing is, right, I see racism up close in Japan. I see racism, I hear racism about America from my friend. It happened all over the world. I know how bad racism is. And when I was writing a story in the past, I read out on racism, and I know how bad it was. I know how history started as a racism. I mean, like, hell, America having an issue, like America have the Civil War, is why? Because it's all about racism. It's like, and even in nowadays, is there no war that is not due to racism? No, there will always be war that is based on racism. It is something that we have to accept. It's just that will we help to change it by ensuring that everything, if people say that, oh, the N-word should not be used, then how about you guys don't encourage people to use it? How about try use less of it, or try to make it a taboo or something along the line, and then when people don't know the word, when the word disappeared from the whole world, then people won't even say it's racism, because there is no one using it in the first place. Just because the word exists in the first place that people start using it, how about educate people about it, or don't use it in the first place? It's just simple. And yet people can't understand that slur or slang always exists in this world. It is a thing. It's just that whether will we change is a whole different thing. Sakura Hiroshi さん、こんにちは、こんばんは。もしこっちには日本人と思ったら、それは申し訳ないんです。私、今、英語で配信すると思います。So yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to like waste my time on this kind of thing. I will do a video about racism. I feel like it should be addressed, but it's just that there has to be a balance to it, though. I feel like this is my personal view. It should be addressed. It's just that not everyone understands the true issue about racism, though. And also at the same time, I feel like I don't want to talk too much about it. I feel like if I talk too much about it, people are gonna get turned off, you know what I mean? There'll be sex signals saying, repair cannot disguise. Must repair those devices while avoiding. Wow. You just want to let this feeling go away from you so you can enjoy the game. I'm so sorry if you guys find that I'm being too naggy as an old man. You know, the feeling is like sometimes you have to highlight a thing and you want a lot of people to understand the issue, and it's just that there will always be people trying to create issue and make it as if it's nothing, but even though it's something to that we should all highlight. Because the thing is, right, I feel like racism should be addressed. It's just that there is a right way to address it, though. Yeah, normally it happened yesterday, which is the reason why I did not play any game. It's the same thing as it's the same thing as what I'm doing right now. Is that if I don't address it, it's very hard for me to concentrate on playing the game itself. um. Oh wow. I want to switch my character though. I want to use this. Oh, everyone is using the mother. Okay, we shall use the mother. I mean the father. Everyone is using the father. I'm using the father. Oh, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here. I saw him. Oh my! That was very close. He's still very near though. He's still very, very near. He's so freaking close! Go away further. Oh god. You know where I am? You know where I am? Or not? Dude, this is a little bit stressed though. Oh god. Dude, someone use it. Good, nice! Oh, he's back, he's back! Oh, this is actually very toki, you know? Oh, someone got caught. I love when you share your thought. Finally, we had someone who had killed my about not, but anyone with a kill my but not drama. Thank you very much, though. Oh god. I'm so need to be very, very careful though. How do I save other people though? So I just stay here for at least remaining 15 minutes. my god, don't breathe. I know. I'm trying not to. $19 seconds. 17 seconds. My heart is pounding a lot though right now. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh! No, wait, what? How is it that I was lost? Dude, what does that make sense? I didn't got... Dude, it doesn't make sense. How? Yes, that's the thing. I thought I managed to survive. You guys saw it, right? It doesn't make sense. it doesn't make sense. miHoYo, fish your game. I feel like miHoYo definitely need to fix the game. Let's change my character. Maybe it's because we all use father, that's why we lost. Oh. Ah, fuck! I got caught! Okay, I need to know where to help though. Oh, it was here! So if I actually save them, will I be able to help? Well, this hunter is very good though. Unless the person is actually sniping me, then I'll be like, what the heck? Okay. Okay. I feel like the person is on me right now. Or not. Don't ask me how. I don't even know how this game works. I played so many win through the point that it's very toki, but at the same time it's also very it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do though? Oh god. Ah, that is hard. Aki-san, hello there, how's it day? Hey, they are making it easier for the hunter right now though. Help you on what though? What do I need to help you on? You accidentally watched a freaking analog horror, and how was it? How? Don't worry, Maska. The boy one. Oh, the boy one. Yeah, I feel. I watched that actually. The boy one, I watched it already. Due to the game theories, I watched that, and we said hello there. Yes, I do not like it. Like anything that is horror, I do not like it though. It's scary. I will agree on the scariness though. The freaking jump scare is really ridiculous though. Damn, you read how to read D&D too much. No, don't read to worry, Neru-san. I mean, like, as long as you know how bad, I can show you. If I became the hunter, yeah, I became the hunter. When I became the hunter, I'm gonna show you guys how bad I am as a hunter. What's scary? Is the boy one. The boy one, that is scary. In the jump scare, the story behind it is very, very scary though. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how bad I am in this game. Alright, let me concentrate on this part. I'm gonna show you how bad I am right now. Oh, I managed to catch one. Oh, what is it? Yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys how bad I am though. Well, hello. I mean, I don't mind if I lost this round. I already kind of got the point I want. Like I mentioned, it's very hard for me to be a hunter though. At least I will highlight that. Yeah, I can't see though. Yeah, but I as long as I got the point, it's fine. I'm fine with getting the point at least though. I should get at least 200 points. Also don't mind Richie-san, she's staring at the bag. Oh, I actually got 700 points as a hunter. Wait, what? Wait, ちょっと待って. Why is that considered a win? Reason, what do we... You talk about her situation later. No, I'm not that busy now. I just finished the event. Good night. Wait, who's the one who's saying good night? Also, what is up with this wind trace right now? That doesn't make sense. Dude, I'm playing a game that doesn't make sense at the moment though. I'm confused. I'm totally confused. To the point I have no idea what I'm doing. Also, wait, son, why are you gone so fast? ちょっと待ってください. What do you mean by... What do you mean by... Good night? Is the night very good for you? I mean, like, if you want to talk about... Risan, what do you mean by good night and then you just disappear without telling me what actually happened though? Dude, you know the feeling of like when people say something and then they don't even explain anything and I'll be like, what? I'm very confused. Raw meat chili. Raw meat. Hey, mixing raw meat and chili is a very good combo, you know. We got chili raw. We got chili meat. If you add a little bit of sweetness to it, it'll be like sweet and spicy. It can be considered sweet and spicy, you know. There is a lot of delicious food that we can come out with. It's just that it depends on which recipe we come out. Okay, let me. Everything with me is fine. I'm gonna message someone first. I'm gonna send that. And then after that, I'm just gonna type this to her. And alright. Hello there. Except for vegan, dude. Eat some veggie in your life. Vegetarian. I mean, I do eat some veggie in my life, okay? Especially curry vegetable. Like, it's not vegetarian curry, but it's just basically some. I mean, that is actually a curry that is full of vegetable on it. So if I mean, like, I do like some. I do personally like some curry, and if I don't like some vegetable, I mean, like, just it's so simple. Just all you need to do is just add curry to vegetable, and you'll definitely like it. I think. It is a thing though, especially like in Singapore, they do have something called vegan curry, and I do like it a lot if they cook it very, very nice though. You know what vegan thing about vegetable that pissed my internet sister so much? Oh, do tell me though. Do tell me, I do want to know. I do want to at least understand. There will always be plants are not alive. In a way, it's right and wrong in a way, you know what I mean? The funny thing about plant, right, is that in terms of science, right, we know very well that plant is considered a living thing. We know, like, in terms of science, right, we know that plant is considered a living thing. But the thing is, right, do people accept it as a living thing? And the funny thing is, right, in terms of like people say like in terms of vegetarian, right? Dude, no, that's You're not wrong. It's similar to meat. It's similar to meat. Why would we love to eat meat when it's not alive? Have you seen someone eat meat as if it's alive? Someone messaged me on Twitter. You guys hear that? Oh, it's Snatty-san. Oh my! Nice. Dude, I want to show you justice for plant. I mean, like, that's not wrong in a way. I mean, like, technically, if we use scientific term, a plant, it is considered as a living thing. It is technically, and it does take in oxygen. It does take in water. It does need to make food in order to survive. So it is technically a living thing. But at the same time, will people accept that as a fact? Will people accept that as a fact? I mean, like, the funny thing is, right, you know, like, pure vegetarian, right? Like, you know, like, when people use about, like, in the Buddhism, when they say that there's something we call the pure vegetarian, they cannot eat the 5 forbidden spice, which is technically, it's technically 5 forbidden spice or flavoring. Is the thyme, is the onion, is the garlic, is the, like, anything that is smell like the onion, garlic, all these things are like, they can't eat it. And the story comes from a very funny source. Like, it comes from a very funny source, because the thing is, right, they say that why do like, this is a very, very old story. Take this with a huge pinch of salt and throw the salt at the screen if you need to. I heard this from my own dad, who is a Buddhism, and he showed me the story of it, and I was like, impossible. Sorry. So basically what happened is that they say that the reason why garlic and onions or some other spices, they have a smell on it, right? Like, why some people find garlic offensive, why some people say that whatsoever. There is a ridiculous story about it, but there is an actual story on it. So basically, those like charm, garlic or whatsoever, right? The reason why Buddhism do not eat this is because it will affect their stomach. The scientific reason is that when they are doing meditation, if they eat garlic or whatsoever, if they release the toxic gas, or if they burp, or if they are trying to meditate, it will mess, like, you know, like sometimes you eat garlic, you burp, you have a very bad smell. If you release a gas, it got a very bad smell. So often more than not, it will mess up your intestine. So that's and normally when they meditate, right, when they meditate, they hardly eat a lot of stuff. So the actual meaning behind it is that they do not want to eat anything that can mess up their body. Now, here's to the funny story that I hear from my dad. The reason why onion and garlic smell is that it comes from the soil. And the soil that the garlic and the onion grow is because it got dead body on it. And when there's a dead body, there is a smell on the dead body. The onion and the garlic absorb that dead body smell, which is the reason why garlic and onion got a very smelly taste to it. And I was like, what? I was like, what? When I saw the story about it, sometime, and that actually got me, when I get older, right, when I study about a lot of religious stuff, when I go and do research, the first one I say was the reason why. The reason for I say the first story up, the actual story up, is that fiction can be so far away from true. Fiction can be so far away from truth, and people can't see it. Which is the reason why some people always come up with a funny story to discourage people from doing so. So in order to discourage people from eating onion and garlic, is that they say that onion and garlic grow on dead bodies. And when they say that way, it got people afraid of eating onion and garlic, because they will have Katlin-san, how that? This is just a fable, alright? Katlin-san, this is just a fable. Take it with a huge spoon of salt and throw the salt at the screen if you need to. It's just that the reason why some Buddhism come up with the art story is that they come up with a story to discourage people from doing so. But in fact, eating onion and garlic for a Buddhism, right, it mess up their digestive system, and because it mess up their digestive system, so normally we know very very well that when a monk meditate, you do not want anything to disturb you, especially your internal body. So obviously when they meditate, they don't eat onion, they don't eat garlic, they don't eat charm or any other spice or the 5 main forbidden spices. It's because it will affect their intestine, and that is the reason why they don't eat those. It's just to discourage them. It's just that because it discouraged them, so it became the forbidden stuff and they can't eat it anymore. It's just that sometimes the story behind it and the actual fact behind it, the story is so funny, it's so different, that when you listen to the story behind it and when you learn the truth about it, it's always fish. It's like, what's the word say? Fiction is so far away from fact. Buddhism in Thai is not that strict for monk, but I respect that people, not vegan, that did something weird. Yeah, I do agree on that point. It's just that sometimes, like Buddhism, right? My dad, as he grew older, and he realized that Buddhism is not about being a vegetarian. Buddhism is about, do you have the religious in your heart? Do you believe in it? If you believe in it, whatever you eat, as long as you believe in Buddhism, that's all it is. It doesn't matter whether you eat meat, whether it doesn't. As long as you understand that you eat meat, you know very well that the harm that comes to meat, that's all you need to know. You just need to understand that karma will once hit you along the line, and that's all you need to understand. But at the same time, you can't deny that in this world, a lot of people understand that sometimes you have to eat meat because nutrition from meat is the one that provide you the necessity stuff, which is the reason why like some vegetarian, right, if they're going to need nutrition from the right ingredient, if they can't eat meat, they have to resort to supplement. They have to go with supplement. Like how my dad right now is eating a lot of supplement right now because he couldn't accept a lot of stuff in his body. So obviously he has to eat a lot of stuff. Even the funny thing is, right, eating cow meat is forbidden, but he can drink cow milk. And in a sense, apparently drinking cow milk is fine, and I was like, well, technically it's a drink, so I guess it's not wrong. Can we count that as racism for plant? I don't think there is something called plant racism. I have not that I know of. It may be a thing in future, not now. My mom worship Guan Yin, and she can't eat meat. I didn't understand till I tried to eat meat and my stomach couldn't handle it at first. Yep, it's actually kind of funny though. Nero-san, it's actually kind of funny. There are some people, this is just apparently, so take it with a huge pinch also, because this is something religious, so I have to be very very careful when I say this, alright? Some religious do not eat specific meat. So in Chinese, right, there are some, when you pray to some god, you can't eat some meat. So apparently there is something they call the Tua Pek Gong. They say that the Tua Pek Gong, when you pray to this one, right, you can't eat beef. You can't eat beef. And my mom and my uncle pray to this god, and the funny thing is, right, if they eat beef, it doesn't, like, when in the past when they eat beef, right, they are fine. But because as they get older and they pray to the god, they couldn't eat the beef. Why? Because they pray to the god, and if they eat beef, they will immediately vomit. It's not about, hey, they're allergic of it. It's not because of their stomach couldn't handle it. It's more towards like, for some reason, they say that the god will punish them for eating beef along the line. So there is like really people who pray to religions, right? They believe in that. And even if there is a scientific reason to it, right, there is no actual study to this to the proof. It's just that sometimes we just take it that, oh, maybe they are allergic to the meat now, but we can't take it that is it due to religious. We can't be so sure is it because of their bio issue along the line. It's just that some people believe in God, and we can't stop that. It's just that even if people trying to use scientific term to debunk it, but at the same time, if there is no scientific like study to prove or counter it, or even to prove it in a way, it will always be a thing. People will believe what they think. It's the same thing as earlier. I mean, like, it's the same thing as earlier. If we use the earlier case about me and Fight, was trying to highlight an issue to the people who defend about racism or trying to defend that whatsoever, is that people believe in their own belief, and it's a thing. We all try to believe in our own right. We always try to be understanding of our own thing, and when people try to get into your bubble and try to throw facts at you, will you be willing to open up that bubble and accept it, or will you continue to defend your bubble and defend it to the end? I've seen a lot of people always in their bubble and not accepting it, and even when people throw fact at them, they would not accept it. So this is one of the things that sometimes, right, when you think of like many perspectives, right, it always comes from many ways. You can look at, like, this is one of the reasons why when I do my random chat, right, I always very careful with the thing I say. It's not because I always look at not just the coin itself. It's not because I look at the head and the tail of the coin itself. It's not only that I look at the centerpiece of the coin itself. It's that sometimes when you look at every perspective of it, whether it be near to the coin or far from the coin, you can see many story to it. And that is the reason why you have to be very careful with the thing you say, because you will be surprised at the things that sometimes a small trivial thing can hold many meaning to it. And this is one of the reasons why sometimes when we say about religious, language, racism, all these things, right, it all can be considered intertwined in its own way, and we can't really be sure is it something that should be addressed, or is it something that we should be carefully understand the issue along the line. It's one of the reasons why war in the past started. It's because of, I mean, like, if anyone who know very well about the about the Europeans war, why war in the past started out because of religious, why some wars start because of race, why some wars start because of language, is that all these things is intertwined in a way, and that it can be considered a form of racism. And the thing is, right, when you look at the whole, and then the thing is, right, when you try to push this to some people of this is an issue to the whole world, will people accept it or not? That's the thing. There will be always people who deny it. There will always be people who accept it. Again, there will be also people who is indifferent to it. So often more than not, right, it's just that whether will you be accepting to understand this, or will you against and deny it? That's all there is. Yes, it is kind of idealism in a way. Midi-san, it is a form of that. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to say along the line that, hey, I'm being propaganda, or I'm being trying to push out my idea or whatever. At the end of the day, it's always depending on how do people accept reality. It is a fact. It is true. It is what happened in this world. We cannot deny it. But yet, if people is going to talk about it, that can be a form of escapism. It's the same thing as the story I tell in today random chat, the mesmerizer. Escape. I mean, like, sometimes when people couldn't accept it, like when I say that the 4 key phase of everything, even if you're, whether it is that you being brainwashed, or is it even, there is another thing that I did not address in that video, is that there is also people who accept it, and they became snap, and they lead, and they accept that they became mad themselves. In Chinese, there is a saying called 神经线断了, which actually translates as the mental string has snapped. And that is something that a lot of people tend to always not realizing it, that what made people snap is not because of whatsoever. It's always the mental string. It's that final string that snap that can cause a person to release every single thing, everything they bottle up, everything they know, everything the reasoning, everything just gone. And that is the reason why we say some people are delusion, why some people call them as crazy, why can't some people call them as having cult-like behavior, is that when you cross that Pacific line, it's not just cross that Pacific line, it's that when that line snap, that will be the end of no return. And that is a very, very dangerous line to cross. And I mean, like, it's really back to the point of that, do we accept it? I've seen a lot of people who got mad in real life. I've seen a lot of people understanding and denying things throughout my life. As an old man, I mean, I'm not trying to like say that I'm too old or I have seen a lot of life experience. It's just that you can call it a blessing, you can call it a curse. When you know too much and you've seen so much in your life, you get to know what is the baseline. And when you look at the whole situation, sometimes you have to understand, is it really is it really something that you will accept it or not? The reason why I tend to take in many perspectives in a way is that will people understand that when you look at the whole, like when you look at the box itself, like one reason why people use the word think outside of the box. When we look at the box inside, there is also the outside the box. It's the reason why earlier when I said the coin, there is the side, there is the head, there is a tail, there is and when you look at it, there is people who look from afar, there is also people who look very near to it. It's just a very simple logic. And because of that, everyone got their own opinion, everyone got their own idea, that everyone got their own takes or opinion or whatever you want to call it. That is always a thing, and that is one of the reasons what made us all different. That's what made us all human. We are all human. We make mistake, we learn from mistake. If we are able to accept it, that's better, because it will help you to learn more. And if you accept it, your bubble will grow. But if you deny it, that just means that you're protecting your own bubble. That's all to it. But at the end of the day, will people understand this simple logic, right? Like, this is one of the reasons why sometimes when I say a lot of things, right, there is also one of the things I always say that it is just a speculative thought on my end. It is just a random chat. It is just a random talk. You can take it with a huge pinch of salt and throw the salt at the screen that you need to. It is something that sometimes when I say that, right, it's just that at the end of the day, it's just my own opinion. Will people accept it or not? It's all up to them. I'm not stopping I'm not going to go around and say that, hey, you're going to listen to me. I'm right along the line. I can be wrong. It's just that whether we will accept my view. If you accept it, good. We can. If you can't discuss it with me, we can talk. That is one of the reasons why we have this is one of the reasons why we have conversation, or in a way. People bullshit something because they need something to believe to be alive and survive. That's why I don't mind religious when I'm not anymore. Nowadays people have idea or Oshi as a god. You're not wrong though, Neru-san. You're not wrong. In a way, right, Oshi, like idol culture, right, has been something that, like, if you notice, like, why some of the fan do radical idea, right, that in a way I would call it cult-like behavior. We all know very well that there are some extreme in religious. We know there is some extreme in racism. We know there is some extreme in whatsoever thing. Same thing go for VTubing, same thing go for idol, whatsoever. It is always there. I believe what you just said was 理智线. Yeah, it's technically called 理智线. But the thing is, right, normally when we say the 理智线, right, normally we will say the 神经线. The reason why I say 神经线 is that sometimes the nerve they lost their nerve, you know what I mean? Yes, it's not wrong. The sanity is what I'm saying. What you're saying is not wrong, Milisan. It's not wrong. The reason why I say 神经线 is that basically in the Chinese word 发神经. The reason why we don't use 理智线, we use 神经线 is because there is a saying called 发神经, which means crazy, if anyone would want to know. So the reason why I use 神经线 is actually basically based on that word. So I hope you can understand what I mean. My country had this question before. If people don't worship God anymore, what are they to worship? The answer is always whatever people be interested. Alright, the thing is, right, I actually have this belief that made me a little bit of free thinker within my family. You can pray to whatever God you believe in, as long as you believe that God in your heart and mind. Do you understand what I mean? So it doesn't matter whether you believe in Buddhism, Taoism, Islam, Hindu, or even Japanese Hindu, or even like the black or white or whatsoever thing, right? That as long as you believe in a God and you believe in it, that is more than enough. It doesn't matter which God do you believe in, because the thing is, right, some people believe in demon as a god. It's the reason why there is something called like the Satan cult or the vampire cult. Like, they believe in whatever god they believe in. There will always be people that is doing that, and that is one of the reasons why there is something we call, it doesn't matter what you believe in, as long as you believe in the God that you believe in. That's all you need to do. You regret making this stream became religious talk? No, it's alright though. I always tend to highlight a lot of things, don't get me wrong. And I feel like it is something that can be an issue. I'm not saying like it's an issue to talk about it. It's more towards that, will people accept that there will be extreme people who won't accept religious stuff? And at the same time, right, if you think about religious, right, there's something we call the religious discriminancy, and that can be also a form of racism. And I feel that this is one of the reasons why I say racism is not just about skin color. It's not about black and white. It's not about people of color or whatsoever. It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, purple, green, blue, black, whatsoever color. As long as that, it all stems from a lot of things. Even like if even like races within the same skin color can have an issue due to religious, they will still make noise about religious. Let's say for pale skin color, there is the church people. Then there is, let's say for the church itself got there is a people who is like believe in Jesus. Some people believe in another Jesus story, and there is like this and what is like, how many Jesus are there in the whole damn world? Even though there is only one God, they believe in many different kinds. And then they start making noise about it. There is the left and the right, and that became an issue. So the thing is, right, that alone can be considered religious discriminancy, and that again, like I mentioned, can be a form of racism. It's just that in this form is called religious discriminancy. So the thing is, right, this is something that I feel that this was should have addressed. I mean, like, and I was actually I'm not sure, is it a blessing in disguise that I actually got a survey. I got selected to do a survey in Singapore about religious, race, and language, as well as LGBTQ. I got that question. I took around 1 hour to do it, and it really, like, the question gave me a lot of idea on how people think, and I feel like it's all intertwined in some way. So even if you say this is a religious topic, right, Narusan, I do not think it as a bad thing. I think it does intertwine with racism and a lot of other topics that we should address in this world right now. It's just that, will people address it or not? Will people accept the topic that is all intertwined in some way? it's always there will be a form of intertwined in a way that people, it's just that sometimes people will say that, oh, you are trying to deflect the actual fact when everything stems from a lot of point of view. The reason why is the same thing as what I said earlier, that when you look at one side of the coin, there is always the head, there is always the tail, there is always a lot of perspective. It's just that how do we look at the coin? It's the same thing as if I have to put in another perspective, it's like, let's put up a cube. In the cube there is 1 2 3 4 5 6. All the boxes, if I show it in front of the audience, there will be some audience looking at different side of the, everyone will look differently. Some will look at 1, some will look at the 6, some will look at 3, some will look at 4, some will look at 2, some will look at 5 along the line. It's that everyone look at different point of view, that people doesn't realize that it's all the same thing. It's just a die. It's just one simple die that people tend to forget that it's actually the same thing. It's the same thing for racism. There is language issue on it, there is religious issue on it, there is skin color to it, there is a lot of different thing to it. It's just that how do we look at it? And everything stems from one word, a simple word that people forgot. And that word is called discrimination. Racism is just a simple word. It's just a word that people can easily remember. But it's all just a simple, it stems from the word called discrimination. That's all it was. But at the same time, like I mentioned, not everyone is accepting of the fact. It's not everyone accepting of this truth. And often more than not, when I try to like highlight a lot of like perspective to let people know, it's not always like easy. It's not an easy task to do along the line. It's because sometimes when you learn more, right, it can you understand that it's not a very simple topic to talk about. I know how hard it is, and I agree with it. But at the same time, like I mentioned, will people, and yeah, and at the end of the day, it's just that will people accept such a thing? That was just all it was. Yes, and everything they see the truth. When you say something, but many people will translate the thing differently. Alright, let me combine both Mili-san and Naru-san into one simple thing. What you both say is, if we combine both of you, right, what you both say is what actually happening in this world, and it is as per what I said earlier, is the die issue. So everyone see, whatever people see, they think is the truth. And when you say something, people can interpret it in many ways. Now, it's the same thing as the die. When I throw the die, will people look at, let's say for example, okay, let's make it even easier. Let me say that I got a giant die, the size of my head. I put it in front of me, in front of the audience. People in front of me will see at one side of the coin, let's say 3. The people on the left side will look at number 2. The people on my right will see number 4. I'm looking at 5. People who look from above will look at number 1, and people who is below me will look at number 6. If we look at the whole situation, right, everyone whenever look at the thing, we are looking at the dice. We all Kenning-san, that's a very cool joke. When we look at the die, right, we all look differently. But again, everyone is looking at the same thing, and people think that whatever they see is the truth. But in fact, again, it can be interpreted in many ways, which is not false. So when Mili-san and Neru-san, when you say that everyone think they see the truth, and when you say something, people, if I combine it, it will be everyone think they see the truth, even though it can be translated differently. This is how world works. The reason why when I say I need to look at many perspectives of the thing is that when we look, what is the main objective of the main issue? We look at the main issue. But yet, many people always think that they only look at one perspective and they think that theirs is the truth. It's something that always people never notice, and they never really understand true perspective of the whole thing, which is the reason why I feel like this is something that people should really take their time to understand. The result can be different because of the perspective when it's no rule and which one is the right one. Yes, you're not wrong. That is basically the whole issue on this. It's just that people can't accept it. Even when you throw that it's actually like, this is one of the reasons why when we say that it's just the tip of the iceberg, people tend to look at the surface and they never look at the internal. And I personally feel that it should be addressed in the first place though. It's just like sorry, like I mentioned, it's just that will people accept the full perspective is at the end of the day, it's just something that I feel like everyone should really think carefully though. Even I myself, when I do my random check, I always tend to try to look at my perspective though. If I feel like if I'm wrong at some point, if people highlight that to me, I'm happy because it means that I have missed out one's perspective or I missed a point. But the thing is, right, let's use the earlier thing as an example. When people fight with me, if I mean like I will accept that yes, we should address racism. Yes, I believe in that. But if the person is not even addressing racism, what am I even arguing in the first place? So it's always like back to the point of like sometimes it just shows to me that the person is not even looking at the perspective that I'm looking. When I'm really like looking at his perspective and I'm trying to like when I point out the flaws in his logic, why am I pointing out the flaws in the logic? It's because it's there. I'm filling up your logic with additional logic. If you accept it, that's good. If you can't accept it, you are just denying it. That's all there is to it. I never really like to argue with people other than just filling them with more information. It's the same thing when I write to that VTuber. If my critic, if my truth is enough to hurt his ego, that just proves how bad his ego is. That's all to it. But if he goes to the point of saying that, hey, because I'm against him and because he is black, I'm racist. Dude, which part of am I racist just because I'm against you? It doesn't make sense. Now this is one of the reasons why when I say a person is mad, is that the 4 key phase to madness is just that they come up with the weirdest reason to justify their point, as well as they are going full denial. There is still way to save him. It's just that playing victim. I would say he's just playing victim at this point of time. I do agree on that point. I do agree on that point. It's just that. Yeah, but then again, right? I mean, like, let's be honest, guys. Let's just be honest, guys. Isn't like playing victim the best way a lot of people love to do when they lost? to. I just what? When they can't be reasonable anymore, they put you think differently from me. You're racist. Yeah, that's kind of funny though. Nero-san, that's kind of funny in a way. It's just that people just push a very. That's just in a way, right, Nero-san? It's just called pushing your own agenda in a way, though. That's called pushing your own agenda without even addressing the main issue in the first place. God! Yappe! Yappe! Oh God. Dude, I'm basically dodging her skill every single hit. God, that was hard! People always play many cards when they can't be reasonable. My mom's favorite card is I'm your mom, I give her to you. Nero-san. That's the most ASEAN thing that I mean, like there's the most logical thing in this ASEAN world. And welcome back, Kalin-san. I mean, like, okay, no offense. Let me activate my ASEAN mom mode for a while. When you try to be reasonable, like you want to be reasonable with your own mom, and you say that, Mom, you can't do this. I'm your mom. You think what? You're not listening to me. Your wings so grow out so big already. You're not gonna listen to me. You can go out your house. Or when they say, or even when the mom just go to the point of saying like, "Hiya, why you so stupid? You see that neighbor child so clever, gets AAA in the language. Oh, why you so stupid? Never do this, never do that." And then when you say, "Mom, the neighbor's friend mom is very, very kind to me. She treat me to some ice cream." Hiya, you think you are so good, is it? You think the other parent is better than your mama? You go and become their own child lah. And then when you try to counter, and then if you think the other person child is clever, why don't you ask the child to be your own child? You so busy! Now you win so big already. I don't even want to listen to your own mom. You wait, I go and get my slipper. You wait, I smack you up to nowhere I'm so Singaporean right now. I am. I mean, like, I learn from the best. I learn from the best. My mom would be like, then go and be her child, pack your stuff and get the F off. It's kind of funny that when you use the same trick on your own parents, right, they will just go and say that, oh, hey, you want to do this on me, huh? Yeah, well, your wings, your chicken wing grows so big already. Yeah, so it's kind of like funny that like even when they try, well, I mean, when you try to be reasonable with them, it's just that sometimes some parents will just say they are right or whatsoever, and you'll be like, but it's like when you try the same thing on them, they will be like saying, oh, your wing grows so big. It's something that I feel like this is one of the reasons why sometimes when I hear a lot of ASEAN mom story, right, I can relate in a way, but at the same time, it's just that I have hear a lot of different story. I try to help a lot of people to look past, don't let their mom be an issue. One day you will grow up, one day you will understand that when you became a parent, it is not easy. You will understand their suffering in a way, but at the same time, there is something that I would always say: do not be like your own parents. Do not let your own child in your future to suffer the same fate. If you want to break the cycle, you can be the one to break the cycle. You do not need to be like your parents to bring the cycle down. If your parents is being harsh to you, you do not need to be harsh to your child. You can teach your child, like if your child in the future learns something bad, tell them off, let them know what they had done wrong, understand that, and try to let them see it in your perspective and let them learn. That's all there is to it. And personally, I feel that it is something that a lot of people may not agree with me, but at the same time, this is one of the things that sometimes we have to address is that I personally feel there is no actual way to know what is the best parenting. Like there is no actual way on being a good parent. The only way people will say that you are considered a good parent is when your child grow up, learn the right stuff, and not do the wrong things. That's all your child need to do. And with that logic in hand, I always tend to say this to a lot. Like when I see the tenants, like I feel like I can show this about. Should I show this about Neji-san? I think I'll just show how good she is right now. I feel like I want to share. This is like a very, very nice moment that I feel like it should be shared. It will also show all parents are just grow up children and education is very harsh. I feel like personally that is something I always used to say. We learn something new every single day. So I feel like even as like when people became my parents, right, they will always learn something new. And I mean I look at Neji-san. She couldn't do cosplaying because her parent was against it. But I encouraged her to do better in her study, but at the same time keep cosplaying as a hobby. And now look at her right now. That is a very, very good cosplay. Look at how good she is in cosplaying right now. And yes, she is from Thailand. So the thing is, right, when she say, Papa, look, I am not her real father, but I feel very proud of her. This is something that as a parent should have. You should be proud of what your child do. I mean, like, right now, I see no issue with cosplaying because cosplaying is all over the world now. It's just that I feel that we should let children grow, and we should also lead them by example, and also at the same time, if they go down the wrong path, we should try to stop them. And right now, she is look at how happy she is in cosplaying. This is something like if people going to say that I'm grooming a young little girl, I would just say F you. I am teaching a young person down the right path. That's all I'm doing. No, it's alright. She just streamed this. She just showed this on her Facebook right now. It's just that when she showed this to me, I feel very happy. As a I'm when I mean I'm called Ame Papa, not because I do ripping for others. I'm not a ripper. It's just that when a young little girl looking at me as a parenting, like a father figure, and I'm leading her the right path. She is now studying in a university in Thailand. She is now a cosplaying. She had been well known as a cosplayer right now, which her parents were against it in the first place. You go back in chat, alright. Like her parents were against her as in cosplaying, and now they are not. It's ironic that sometimes you just need to show people like the right way. You know, PDF hunter in Thai. So if you're blooming her, you will never survive this day. Yeah, I won't be. I'll definitely be not alive right now if there's such a case though. You know the funny thing is, right? It's kind of ironic in a way when there are some people going around saying that I'm a pedophile or I like young little girl, and there are some people who come and defend me and just say that they are just being hypocrite. In a way, is that there will be always people believe in their own belief, and I understand why some people think that. But again, it will be back to the point of like what I'm saying, like they just putting up their own narrative. They just think they are right, and they can just put up their own narrative in a way. So the thing is, right, when people just put up whatever story they think is right, there will always be such people. We can't stop them. But the thing is, right, at the end of the day, if I feel that if the person had grew, now, I mean, like you saw the picture, right? She is very happy. She is smiling. She is living a good life. That is called being proud. And I'm happy for her. And yet, I see a lot of people just making noise about it. I'm pretty sure there will be some people saying I'm a pedophile or whatsoever, even though I lead people down the right path for some reason. I understand why she called you Papa. I also call Azruan. Yeah, Azruan is being called that, I know. But if I have to name a Holo Star as my Oshi, Ogan will always be mine. If I call my live stream night chat, if I call my if I do a chill stream every single time, you guys have to thank Olga for it, because he's really the one who opened up the like he really give me the idea. He's give me the inspiration to do this kind of stream. And initially I thought that being a VTuber is all about entertainment, it's all being funny, but Olga do open up that kind of that sort of the VTubing to me, and that's one of the reasons why I tend to do chill stream, sometimes talk about topic, but also at the same time being careful about things. And at the same time, I do feel like Ref said Dash, right? He also kind of opened up my eyes on one thing, is that where he always tend to look at one side of the story. but he doesn't like understand from many perspective, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't see from many things. So this is one of the reasons why sometimes when I do my random chat, it is called a random chat for a reason. It is totally random, but at the same time, I also know very well that when you talk about a topic, you have to be neutral. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for it. I know I will not be able to accept. I won't be accept. My point of view won't get accepted from anyway. But at the same time, it is the most safer way. It's not being that I'm being called a drama tuber or what. It's just that I'm being truthful to what I think, and at the same time being careful with the research that I do. At least that's how I feel. Olga-san, I love Mr. Su Mama because I know her heart from August Moro. Yeah, I feel like Olga is being undermined. Like, I feel, this is just my view. I feel like a lot of the Holo Star are like a lot of their talents do deserve the love. It's just that a lot of people are not looking at them hard enough. Sure, some of them don't like there are some of them are chill, but the thing is, right, and some of them are being childish in a way. But when you look at the whole story, it's really enticing about how entertaining they can be. I mean, like, not every of them. Sometimes they do give a bad take here and there, but hey, we all learn from mistake. If they know what they say wrong and they learn from it, that's good. But if they double down and then they back away, that is something that they have to understand. If you do double down and then you backtrack and then you double down again or triple down again and then you backtrack again, that's just basically you are not learning. Use attack. I thought I won't get to see the second phase. Did they fix the bug? Salabada, fat wheel, you're dying now. That was fast. They're so underrated. They work so hard when they do something, but it's too bad I don't understand JP. I don't feel it's just only the JP side though. I personally feel like the EN side is also very entertaining in... It's just that people are not giving them enough credit though. I mean, like... People... I mean, like, that's the thing. I'm sure that when you're doing when you belong to a corporation in like for VTubing, right, there is obviously be some restriction. The reason why they set the restriction is always that they are trying to protect their talents. I can see where it go, but the only thing is, right, will the talent able to go beyond and ensure? I mean, like, if the Hollow Life girls is able to go beyond that loop and do it correctly. I mean, like, yes, I can see like why they say that they don't want to do cross the line. Is that I mean, like, yes, how people treat a girl doing the thing is different from how people treat a guy doing the same thing. But the thing is, right, is will the guy able to do something that make them you are very unique that get people to look eyes on them? I mean, like, dude, just about it. I mean, like, look at if that. I mean, like, look at a lot of the top not VTubers. Look at the top YouTubers. Hi, look at the top YouTubers. most of them are guys. Like most of the top YouTubers are guys. I don't see anything wrong with VTuber able to grow. It's just that whether will they reach that right niche to get people to like them. Your EN Hololive. Let me drop you something. Vesper from EN. If I was given a chance to be a friend with him, right? I wish I can be a friend with him. I feel like he's a very chill guy and a very funny guy in a way though. I won't call him no Oshi. But at the same time, I wish I can be a friend of him. of his, sorry. Like I feel Vesta I feel Vesta can grow a lot in Holostar, but at the same time I can also see why he decided to leave. It's understandable. It's just that I feel like I feel like what happened to him might be due to communication breakdown. At least that's how I feel though. I love Vault and he has a lot of rumor, and I found out that a lot of KOL are being accused of rumor no matter whether it's evident or not. Like it just happened when you're famous. Milisan, alright. Well, I would say that I do not like Vox Akuma, but I always say this, I always respect him as a VTuber because he was able to make it to the top. Vox Akuma has shown to the whole world that he was able to reach to the top. But I know this may be harsh. I know you may not accept it, but I personally feel that Vox Akuma, I feel like he just needs someone to guide him. I feel like he just needs someone to guide him, and that someone is not from Niji-sanji. That's how I feel. It's just that Niji-sanji had did him dirty. I mean, like if there is some truth to his allegation, then I feel like he should answer to it. But at the same time, again, I do agree with if there is no proof on his allegation, I don't think we should take the allegation with a huge pin of salt and throw the salt at the screen, at the evidence. Sorry. The thing is, right, what happened to Vox Akuma? If he made a lot of mistakes when he's young and he learned as he grew, understandable. I feel like he can grow. It's just that he made a lot of bad decisions and there is no one to guide him. I feel that he needs someone to guide him, and that I feel that there is a possibility for him to grow. It's just that he is in the wrong company. That's what I feel. It's just that he made mistake after mistake after mistake, and that got him down. That's what I feel. Like when I'm vocal about Niji-sanji, right? This is one of the reasons why when I say that why I feel there is an issue with not the talent itself. I feel like there is an issue with the management. I always say that it's a management issue, but at the same time, I always say that the talent should know better as well. If I feel like maybe they got threatened by the management. Maybe they feel they've been taken advantage in a way that they come back down along the way. I can understand if they actually quit. But the thing is, right, if they go along with it, obviously, like I mentioned, when you make an opinion, you are also open up for criticism. This is something I know. It was personally I know. Like when I create a lot of random chat, the reason why I don't see a lot of people countering me in many ways is that it's not because I'm being I'm looking at many perspective. It's I don't give people any way to attack unless they point out the thing that I'm missing on. I always tend to give many perspective, and I tend to listen to many perspective. If people feel that I miss out on perspective, give it to me. But if people don't, just press dislike button and don't give it to me, that just mean that their ego can't accept the truth. It's the same thing for Akuma. I feel like he just needs someone to guide him, needs someone to show him the way, and I feel that he can grow. It's just that will he accept that he will need to leave the company? Will he accept that he need to find the right company to change him? I believe in second chance. Even if people claim that he's a groomer, even if people claim that he's a manipulator, dude, if he's willing to change for the better, I'm willing to give him a second chance. It's just that will he reach out and change? That's the thing. If he, like I mentioned a lot of time, if he learn, that's good. If he doesn't learn, that's on him. Chris, hello there. How's your day? So the thing is, right, often more than not, when I critique about Niji Sanji, it's not that I don't give them the advice. I feel that they do. It's just that whether will they accept my advice. I personally feel that there is a chance for a change. I really, really do. But again, like I mentioned, will they change or not? I've been vocal about Niji Sanji ever since the JP side. I've seen a lot of small Japanese VTuber gotten banned by Niji Sanji. One of them was my friend who got his channel shut down by Niji Sanji over one simple critique. I know very well about what happened in the past, and I know that it is something that it's the reason why I've been vocal about Niji Sanji. But at the same time, do I bash them for it? Did I bash them? I only highlight, the only thing I would just highlight, it happened in the past. That's all. I don't go to the past trying to dig out the old past, like, hey, you did this in the past. I say it happened in the past. Will they learn from it? He need to learn. Show us that he really learned, and that means that he really have to fix everything in front of us. I do agree on that point though, Nero-san. I feel like I mean, like, sure, he did make a lot of decisions. I feel like if he's willing to change, if he's willing to learn, I feel like there is a chance for him to have a second win. I personally feel it is a thing. But like I mentioned, will he accept it or not? That's the thing. Because the thing is, right, at this point of time, when he lost a lot of YouTube subscribers, he escaped to Bilibili. He did something stupid and he lost a lot of support from Bilibili now. And now he's not doing live stream much now. What I'm afraid is that will he do something stupid? I'm not saying that his ego is weak. I mean, like, I wish for the best of everyone. I feel like whether will people accept the help or not though. I feel like he's also afraid to leave this opportunity in the company, but I just a fan, it's not my trouble. LOL. He does have talent. I like his storytelling. Yeah, this is the reason why I say I respect him as a VTuber. He does have the talent in becoming one. It's just that his behavior, his personality is not helping though. If he's able to accept the help and step out of his bubble, I feel that there is a chance for him to have a second win. Everyone have a second chance. It's just that don't be like Johnny Somani. Don't learn the lesson and then end up doing a lot of stupid things. Actually, more like I don't even know what happened to Johnny Somali though. I feel like I forgot about Johnny Somali. I think one of the reasons why I always tend to forget about a lot of things happen. Like, the thing is, right, I know, like, you will hear me like saying things once for 1 or 2 days, and then when everything dies down, I'll be like, okay, not my problem anymore. But no, I will still address racism in this world. I will be vocal about racism in this world. Will I do a video about racism one day? Yes. When will it be? I do not know. Until when I can find the right balance to do my storytelling, to do my random chat. It's just that when will it be, I do not know, because there is still not enough story, not enough source, not enough facts to tell a story. And even though when I wanted to do a video about Vote Akuma, about Miji Sanji talents, I feel like at the end of the day, like sometimes when I think about it, right, should I do it? I'll be like, how am I going to address that they got a chance to change? It's kind of like ironic in a way, right, guys? It's like Vote Akuma was the one. Graduation is an option. He said it himself. Now, let's think it carefully. Will he accept graduation is an option? Because the thing is, right, what happened on Bilibili shocked the hell out of me. People are forcing him to graduate. And the thing is, right, no, I don't think he escaped to Bilibili. I think he's a patient and he's not mentally not well, so taking break is understandable. The Bilibili stream is because of the Bilibili promotion. Yeah, I also don't. I feel like personally, right, he should address and change his behavior and also understand. Because the thing is, right, when people hate people, I mean, when this is the same thing as I mentioned earlier. When you create an opinion, you are open for criticism. This is something you guys will be hearing from me a lot of time. And Vote Akuma had put up an opinion, which is something say when he say an opinion, graduation is an option. When you say that, obviously people will say it back to you. It's the same thing as a Chinese saying. When you talk about others, you're talking about yourself. In Chinese, it's called 讲人,讲自己. And the funny thing is, right, it's ironic that people are saying graduate is an option to him. And will he accept it or not? That's the thing. If he willing to change for the better, whether will he graduate or not, I feel that if he's willing to change, if his personality change every single thing for the better, I feel that there is a chance for him to have a second chance. It's just that will he accept the change? Will he also accept that what he did was not acceptable by many and change that part? I mean, like, if it's the same thing for what happened to Elila and Ike. I feel like they should not have done the infamous 15 minutes video. Whether is their own opinion, is their decision to do it, or is the company decision to do it? I do not know. Nor do I think I should talk about it. But at the same time, I also personally feel that if they truly understand the like if they're really sincere about it, I feel like they should do the right thing at least. What is the right thing? I would just say that they know it deep down. They know it, what they had done wrong. They should address it. I feel that if they accept the help, I feel that there will be many people willing to help. It's just that will they take that hand? I've seen a lot of people not willing to take that hand and they end up badly. And again, I mentioned we all wish for the best of others. It's just that will they accept it? I mean, like, it's the same thing for when I talk about the VTuber about the thing. I raised a few valid points. He blocked me. If my truth is enough to hurt his ego and he's not willing to change, I will just highlight I will just highlight to everyone he's not willing to change. He's not haven't learned his lesson. If he's going to double down, that's on him. If somewhere down the road he realized that he did something wrong, it will bite back. It will come back and haunt him. It's kind of funny that what I showed on yesterday's live stream, there was someone, a defender of there is people who is defending him, trying to dig out my past, trying to dig out history of mine, and now couldn't find a single dirt on me. It's ironic that the defender of people, instead of trying to deal out his past, deal out other people's past instead. I will just keep observing. It's hard to change a person before the person realizes it has to change. Mili-san, don't worry. I'm an observer as well myself. I'm an observer as well myself. I always observe people in... The one thing is that sometimes as an observer, you get to see a lot of perspective, and it's really interesting to see many types of the story, which kind of entice me in many ways though. I can give people so many chances. In both cases, we still have a hope. But if he became Lucia and keep doing it again, no one is gonna help. You know, it's kind of ironic that Lucia case is really something that it's really bad. I feel like it's both Mafu and Lucia or Mechanical should hold responsible in many ways. I'm not saying that it's what you're saying is wrong. It is something that we saw. I feel like I should address in a way. Don't get me wrong. For Lucia case, right? Number one, I feel like Mafu did something wrong by. I feel like Mafu did something wrong by attacking at the specific timing. I mean, like the way he timed his attack, the way he timed his statement, it seems to me like it's deliberate. It's like he purposely chose that timing. And for Mechanical, right, the way she addressed the whole issue is also, it's really like I know very well that she is having her mental issue already, but I also feel like Lucia should address a lot of issues and change for the better. But at the same time, will she change? How many rumors that got spreading by her? I feel like the thing is, right, Lucia lost me the moment when she do something very stupid, when she became indie. That's all I can say. I knew it also, but that is why I subscribed. Thank you very much. Yeah, the thing is, right, normally when I do my video, I always observe. With the reason why I give a lot of perspective, not perspective, I give many perspective, is that I observe from many comments, I observe from many point of view. If I can go to the point of arguing with someone, right, this is really something that I feel like a lot of journalists should do in this world, whether they are true journalists or they are news journalists or game journalists. If you're going to like have many perspective, you have to look from many sides of the coin. And I feel like even though I'm not a journalist, I always tend to give different, like I need to, like, do you know the thing that you have to do? You need to observe from many ways and you need to understand the main issue. That's what I feel. And as much as you can be biased, sometimes you have to state why there is such a bias, but at the same time you also highlight the unbiased point. Which is the reason why when you hear a lot, if you go and check out a lot of my random chat, I always give out two sides of the coin and an additional perspective. Is that it's just that I feel that everyone got the right to learn everything. That's how I feel. I personally do believe in everyone have the right to learn a lot of things though. I'm so pissed off when she spread rumor about the Talutaya, so I didn't care Mafu case are right or wrong. I just want to see her regret, learn and stop her VTubing until her Menhera get better. For Lucia case, right, there is an advice I can give to her. I know it's gonna be a very hot take in a way. I feel Lucia. I mean, like, Lucia shouldn't stop VTubing. Like, Mafu case about wanting her to deflatform, I don't think that's the right way. But I do agree with the point that she should learn her mistake and she should apologize for it and learn to be a better herself and not stop VTubing, but stop everything until she able to recover after everything is handled and move on. I feel that should be the best thing that all of them, including Lucia, should do. Because the thing is, right, right now, VTubing for Lucia is her income. We can't destroy a person's rice bowl. But then again, I mean, like, if she's the one who's trying to destroy her own rice bowl, I can't stop her as well, right? I mean, like, if this is a funny thing, like, sometimes when you see a lot of video, like, people destroying their career, people destroying their life, is that we are giving the benefit of doubt. If you destroy your own rice bowl, that's on you. We try to give the benefit of doubt. We try to hope for the best for your life. I mean, like, Nico Avocado. Let's use him as an example. I mean, like, Nico Avocado is really a living example that he was willing to do something good, and then after that he did the mambang, and that led him the wrong path. And when he changed for the better, and he go and revert, it's like, and right now from how I look at it, he had lose a lot of weight, he had changed for the better, he has lived a better life. It proves that he is willing to change. So I personally feel that everyone have a chance to change. It's just that will they change it or not though? That guy scare you. I know he is a scary person, don't get me wrong. But if he's willing to change by losing weight now, I believe in a second chance. I believe that he will change for the better. It will take time. I mean, like, it's the same thing as learning a new language. It always takes time. It's like if people can't move on, let them slowly heal. I believe in second chance. And it's the same thing for Akuma. It's the same thing for Lucia. If they are willing to change for the better, if they are willing to accept the faults in their the faults in their thing, if they are willing to understand they did something wrong and move on, not saying that they shouldn't apologize for it, they should be hold accountability, they should have responsibility for their mistake. As long as they admit it, as long as they respond to it and accept that they will receive the badge, if they're willing to change for the better, I believe there will be loyal fan who is willing to stick to them as long as they became as long as they are still a VTuber or YouTuber or whatever they are. I mean, like, look at a lot of people who I mean, like, look at a lot of YouTuber that claim they lost their subscriber or they killed their career. If you go and look at their subscriber count, yes, it's high. Do they lose a lot of views? Yes, they did. But the view count is still pretty high. The only moment when they truly lose, right, is when they became irreverent. But yet, at the same time, is the number of people who views their video is still there. There are still people who support them accordingly. So I believe that there are that even if Lucia and Vo Akuma are willing to change, will they accept that if they are willing to change, will they accept that there will also people who they are still up there to support them, and they have to accept that, they have to embrace that, and at the same time change for the better. That's how I feel though. I'm so sorry that the way I speak can be a little bit. Yeah, I said it somewhere before. If their CCV is not lower than 3 GG, it wasn't that bad. Yup, that's the thing. Will they accept it or not though? I mean, I look at Vo Akuma. Even when people say that with 1 million subscribers, he's having like less than 1000 CCV, but it's still freaking more than mine, you know. It's still freaking more than mine, for goodness sake. It's on the other side, I think people have to think twice about taking the information on the internet. Rumor without audience are nothing. But yeah, I do understand that point. Rumor without audience are nothing. But at the same time, if you look at another perspective, okay, Minisan, if you actually look from another perspective, I think there is a reason why people always tend to creep to rumor in a way. Is that sometimes there is a saying people believe in, that is, there is no fire when there is smoke, there's fire. So if we take rumor as a smoke, obviously people will take it that it is a thing. So it's just that will people understand that point of, will people understand that thing is very, very hard. I mean, like, this is all the reason why when I say that this allegation, this take it with a pinch of salt, throw the salt at the screen if you need to. This is something that I always tell people, do not take things too serious. Do not take things too serious. Sometimes when people say that, it can be a fake thing, it can be false information, but at the same time we need to like, this is something that I will say, I will only accept hard evidence, and if I pull up an allegation, I will say that it is an allegation, we should not take it too seriously. But again, like I mentioned, why people are bashing it, due to that may be a reason. And I feel that, like, even if, let's say for example, like Vo Akuma is a groomer or manipulator or gaslighter along the line, if he actually do gaslight people, he has to count accountability for it, because he gaslighting people. But on the other hand, if people are forcingly saying that he's a groomer, then he have to address, is he really a groomer? Where is the allegation? Where is the proof? We have to look at that. If there is no proof, we cannot say that is, we can't accept it as a truth. In the eyes of the law, if I'm the judge, if you put up an allegation that he's a groomer, okay, I as a judge will say this: show me the proof. Show me the proof that he's a groomer. If there is no, that is an allegation. Allegation will only be considered a fact if there is enough evidence to support it. If there is no evidence to support it, again, like I mentioned, I'll put it as an allegation that it is no evidence. It won't be considered a soft evidence, it will not be considered a hard evidence. Soft evidence is when there is actual people pointing things out. Hard evidence is when you can't deny it. There's the difference between soft evidence and hard evidence. But then again, I mean, like, I do agree with many people point of view, but we have to I still feel that I'm not defending Vo Akuma. I just feel that in general we should look at like both sides of the story. It's because I was on the point of being it happened to me when the reason why I jumped from being a JP liver to become a EMV tuber was that I got forced. Okay, a lot of older people, a lot of my older followers, sorry for nagging this old story, bear with it. I was falsely claimed for sexual harassing a JP VTuber in the past. And a lot of people leave, a lot of Japanese viewers stopped coming to my live stream because they thought I was a harasser. And when the truth come out that she was lying, I still lose. Because the Japanese people always tend to defend Japanese people, they realized that when they were defending a liar, they did not come back to me and apologize. Why? Their pride is too strong. Their pride is... And do I blame them? I do not blame them. I only accept that this is something I have to live with, and this is something that I know that it will be part of my history, it will be part of my life. So obviously, when people put up allegation, why I look at both sides of the coin, it's not because of it happened to me. I know the feeling of being falsely struck for a Me Too movement myself. I know how hard it hit me. With the reason why when people say that, why do I have a lot of life experience? Don't worry guys. When I have a lot of things happen to me, I mean like hell, when I lost my late grandma due to her taking out her own life, dude, I know how bad suicide is a thing. So the thing is, right, I seen a lot of, like, I experienced a lot of life experience that a normal person would not. So I know full well how things can be. My mindset is already so broken that I know I can see a border light. And what changed my perspective in a way is when I moved to Japan. I'm actually very grateful for able to live in Japan for 6 years of my life. That changed my perspective in so many ways. It not only healed me, it not only changed my perspective in life, it also let me know a lot of things. Even when the JP situation that happened to me happened in Japan, it also let me understand that, hey, as much as there is good Japanese people, there is also bad Japanese people. It is all over the world. So at the end of the day, right, we should not let such a thing let us down. We should move on. The thing is, right, even if I don't move on, the world will still move on. Everyone will still move on. Everyone live their own life. I'm not gonna let such a thing let me down. If I'm gonna let that incident affect me as a VTuber, then I will be just officiating on that loop. Which is the reason why I always tell everyone, I know life is harsh. I know life is a bad thing. I know reality sucks. But we all can change for the better. We all can move on. Yes, I can be mad at some people. Yes, I can argue with some people. But if we are going to, if people listen to my advice, if people listen to me, good for them. They change for the better, they grow their bubble, good for them. I'll give a 2 thumbs up. But at the same time, if people not going to accept it and keep on arguing with me without understanding the full detail, then hey, I can't help you. I'm not going to stop them as well. I'm just going to move on. Thank you very much, guys. This is one of the reasons why when I do my random chat, I always tend to give a lot of perspective. I always tend to stand my ground. Sometimes it's just that whether do people understand my story? That's the thing. Will people understand what made me Ame Gakita? Will people understand what made me nowadays? Is that I had seen a lot of things up close. I have a lot of things happen to me in a life that is enough to mess an average person up. I know very well that if I can stand out, if I can move on, and I can still talk with you guys, have a conversation with everyone, have fun with you guys, I don't see why those people can't. I believe in second win. I believe in a second chance. It's just that don't be like Johnny Somali. You throw away your chance. If people gonna wish for the death of you, hey, that's on you. Welcome back, Rico-san. Yes, hisashiburi desu yone. Haven't seen you for quite a while though. how have you been? Yes, I know. I haven't seen you for years, apparently. So, haven't seen you for quite a long while though. I'm gonna call you Riku-san because that is your name. I know you are Kamela. Thank you for telling my story. I feel like if my story is enough to inspire, to influence people and also to change for the better, I am very good. I would be very happy to share my story though. I feel like I'm not saying that if I am able to influence one people, I will gladly accept the title of influencer. I feel like if I'm gonna be an influencer, I feel that I should inspire people to be a better themselves. If I can like make if I can make not Richie-san, I mean like Richie-san kind of like was able to become a streamer slowly. That was kind of good. If I can also change Neji-san to become a cosplayer, hey, I will accept that because I influence her life in a way. If I am able to change people's life for the better, and they open up their eyes to understand the like a lot of things. I'm not saying like I'm a god, I'm going to open your eyes, you're gonna be this, you're gonna worship me along the line. No, I'm gonna do that. I feel that if people is able to accept the truth or facts or even the argument or perspective or whatever you want to call it, and able to have a chat with me and understand, I feel that is a good thing though. We all learn something new. We all learn from mistake. We all learn to be a better ourselves. That's what I believe in. What are Pukao case, Razia case, Sayu case? I don't think they are PDF. Evidence are so weak. Yeah, I do believe. The funny thing is, right, for Sayu case or Zion at the past, right, I will admit it. I almost fall for Niji-sanji's story. Because the thing is, right, I've seen a lot of Sayu's script that I know, and I do accept that I do almost fall for Niji-sanji's story. But what got me feel weird is that when I read Niji-sanji's termination of Zion at the time, when I read it the second time, I noticed there was a few loopholes. I, in real life, have write a few contract and official document for a lot of things, including military. I know how official documents work. I was able to read through the document a second time and I realized there was a lot of loophole on it. And when I saw Force ID video on Sayu case, I knew something was on. I knew that Niji-sanji situation was that Sayu case, right, got me realize that a lot of my speculation on Niji-sanji was all true, was all correct. And I mean, like, do I go along and say that about being vocal about Niji-sanji, do I stop people from supporting Niji-sanji? No, I did not. If people believe in Niji-sanji, I'm not going to stop them. I'm just going to point out there is issue on it. I'm going to hope for the best for it. But at the end of the day, will they change or not? It's hard to say. I have read people education online and push their Tello result as evidence. I was like, whoo. I feel weird about Niji-sanji bringing her. It's so unnecessary. Even has played as a victim. Sorry, I need to drink some water. Alright. Neru-san. the head story, like when Finana showed herself story, I was already a little bit skeptical. But I do agree, when head play a victim, that got me off guard. Because the thing is, right, at the time I saw it as a smear campaign. I was like, why are you guys smearing her campaign? It's like, and when Sayu say herself the story, right? When Sayu say herself the story, I was like, no wonder they are trying to discredit her. When I realized that point, I knew very well what was wrong already. Because I do not encourage bullying, but there seems to be a bullying in Nijisanji. I mean, like in reality, I have spoken to quite a few followers. I mean, like, I'm not sure Riku-san is still there or not. I hear a lot of story about people being bullied, and I always tend to be there to try to help people. But at the same time, I always say that I'm not your lover, I'm not your boyfriend, I'm not your husband. I'm just here to listen to you and try to give you the best advice that I can. But at the same time, probably because I'm an old man in a way, so I always tend to like be a little bit naggy. I feel like I'm reaching the age of like an old man where they say that old men tend to net a lot. Did she say that to Has? Yeah, the thing is, right, ever since that incident, the incident, I support Sayu-san, but I couldn't like openly support her. I can only be slowly vocal about Nijisanji ever since. If you guys go and take a look at some of my past video, I was like very slowly vocal about it. Oji-san doesn't want parasocial fan. In a way, yes. In a way, yes. I mean, like, do I look like a husband? Do I look like a husband or boyfriend as material? I can't even whiz a lady. Like, people say that I'm very good at whizzing people. But yeah, I don't see anyone falling for me that easily though. I mean, like, sure, there may be one or two people who is falling for me in a way, but at the same time, I feel like I'm the voice. I don't have the ikemen voice. I don't have a like boyfriend experience story to say along the line. You know what I mean? Like, even when I say in the most, like, even when I like, okay guys, even if I'm using my real life voice, even if I speak in this way, I don't think that this handsome, like they call it the ikemen voice. I feel like this is the voice that normally when I speak in a very it's just this is just that in real life. When I speak very like I always tend to speak very softly because I don't want to sound rude. In Chinese, many people believe that often more than not you want to speak as softly as possible because you do not want to sound aggressive. You want to be polite as much as possible. And in real life, when I tend to speak, this is how I tend to speak. I always tend to be very careful, and normally people who hear me in real life will understand this is my real voice. But if at the same time if I use this word all the time, I have to be very near to the mic because the mic couldn't capture my real life voice because it would be too soft. So for more than not, I tend to speak a little bit. There is something I call the on-broadcast voice. Don't underestimate it. I'm not so sure about that though. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, like, when I speak too softly, I always tend to have the. I always tend to get told that people won't take me too seriously if I speak that in that voice tone. So many weird people around the world, Ame. I'm weird, but not that way. Don't worry, I mean like when there is normal people in this world, there's also abnormal people in this world. I mean like what was the word they call it? Balance, as all world shall be. I mean like this is one of the things I sometimes I mean like this let's talk about a lot of things. When you look at the internet, when there is a lot of nice people, there is a lot of troll, there is a lot of antis, there is a lot of haters, there is also hackers. In real life, it's the same thing. When there is nice people, there is also Callan. There is also people is trying to see the world burn, or weird people, or extremists, or racist people along the line. It's everything always have the left and the right, no matter what. And in this world, when there is like even when like look at AI as well. When if AI is used as a tool to improve the people life, people embrace it. But when it destroying people life by taking off because like let's say that people may lose their job because of AI, people say it's a bad thing. So it's the same thing for every single thing. There is always left and there is right. When there is normal people, there is abnormal people. When there is people who like things, there will also people who hate it. It's always balanced, and all things shall be. Yeah, I mean like this is true though, even if you think about it, right? I feel like every time when I talk this kind of topic, right, I always tend to like give so many perspectives to many things that people is just gonna say, how? Yeah, you are definitely an old man because you tend to know a lot of things. if I feel like if I do collab with some of the VTuber, right, I feel like at that point I'll be that old man nagging in the background, telling a lot of old man story, and people will be like, Grandpa, time to go to the bed. I personally feel that is that may be an issue though. Oh god, this is immune. Yup it. This guy is immune to it. Gion. I shall do fan art Ame as a grandpa. do, do I have to do I mean I'm very grateful if people do a fan art for me. But there is a rule I set for myself, is basically if people do a fan art of me, I'll use that as a profile picture or in my thumbnail or something along the line though. I mean like if you guys look at my YouTube profile, right? that artwork was done by Neji-san. That artwork was done by your truly Neji-san. She did it for me, and I have to use that as my profile, because when people do a fan art for me, I will tend to use it though. Was it the one on my face? Yep, the one on my face, the one on my YouTube. That one was done by Neji-san. And the one on my Twitter is done by another person that I know very well, Hanae-san. She did it for me, and I used that for my Twitter profile. So yeah, if people do fan art for me, I will just use it. It's a rule I set for myself. You just accept your fate. Yeah, I do accept my fate easily though. I feel like every time when I do something right, I'm so acceptant of a lot of things though. Because if you think about it, right, guys, Ame, accepting many equally. Ame, I feel like maybe I should make Ame as accepting many equally. No, I will lose my dignity. Dude, I go as far as I will go as far as making even my dignity very bad, that if I do join Hololive, not Hololive, if I join Holostar, I will freaking wear a maid costume in front of Yago. I will lose a lot of my dignity even worse. Yeah, I mean, like, if that is what it takes for me to join Holostar, I'll be laughing though. I feel like that would be like, I'm losing a lot. I mean, like, guys, we already got one Daddy Sauce dressing as a maid already. It is a good thing. At least I won't need to worry about being the first one to wear a maid costume, right? Telling the whole damn world, I'm willing to lose my dignity. It sounds so wrong. I might end up losing way more than that though. You know, when you guys are quiet, I'm very afraid of a lot of stuff, you know. you know, like there is a saying that sometimes you have to fear the silence. Because in a way, I'm very afraid of saying like a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like even when you say like it's time to say I love you, I'll be like, dude, I'm very afraid of saying that. Like if taken the wrong way though. I would definitely say that if I'm not handling stuff carefully, I'll be in the trouble. Alright, let's see. Should I do a little bit of exploration? Oh, I just recall. Okay, never mind. I don't have a quest now. Chrono story call. Character story tend to last around 2-3 hours for me though. You know what? I'm gonna do this next stream. Not next stream. Next time when I'm doing Genshin stream. Next time I do Genshin stream, I'll be playing Chrono story. I will just I will hang on to it for a while. I feel like Tro might be kind to Ame more than me after I release my evil. Is it? I feel like I don't think that's the case for everyone. It's just that whether how are you willing to handle Tro though. I mean like sometimes right, you have to. I mean I'm not saying like you have to be kind to Tro. Sometimes when you like. This is just my advice. Sometimes when Tro do come at you, right, it just depends on how you are handling them though. If you're able to put facts and be honest with the thing, you don't be like someone else who cherry pick every single thing. Be careful with the thing you say, and at the same time, slowly highlight True and throw the fact at the troll and slowly lay it down. They will understand they did something wrong. If they're all willing to change, good. If they're not willing to change, that's on them. We just move on. I mean, if True join your stream right now, I'll join them with no hesitation. I have True who appeared in my live stream a lot. In the past, I have True appearing in my live stream in the past. Like I've been asked a lot of interesting questions, and I always tend to I mean like you can say deflect, you can say I'm pushing it away, but I'm often more than not I always tend to able to highlight a lot of things and slowly kind of put it out to the point that it off-put them along the line. I've seen a lot of like True unable to accept my logic, and in their sense they lose interest in me. That's how I feel. I feel they lose interest in me. It's just simple as that though. Because okay, in real life, right? You know the kind of funny thing is right. Okay, this will be a, okay. I know this is gonna be a heavy story, life story of mine. When I think about it, right, when I was bullied a lot in my elementary school and middle school, right, when I was bullied a lot, when I think about it, right, I see that a lot of them was trying to throw me. Throwing wasn't a word in the past. There was no internet in my youth. There was no smartphone in my youth. Basically the phone that you get to see in your life is just a freaking gigantic phone that is bigger than your hand. So in that era, I was bullied a lot. And when I think about it as an older person, when I kind of think back on it, a lot of them are true. And I realized that I always answer true with anger. And that is what they want. And I realize, as I grow older, I realized that you do not want to use your anger to let the truth win. Once you get angry, yes, they win. But at the same time, you have to learn to manage your anger. I have been through anger management when I was young, and I have been through mental health therapy in the past, and I know very, very well how mental health is an issue as well. If I am able to step out of that shadow, if I'm able to learn from that experience, I know very well how to handle truth. Not all of them, but at least some of them. I'm not gonna say that, but hello there, how's it doing? I feel like I know Ame is from that phone description. Oop, did I just say how old I am? From my era, I knew floppy disk was the only way to save your storage. There was a fun game that kind of described this kind of thing as really good if you want to check it out. It's called Undertale Yellow. Why is this person recommending me to get Undertale Yellow? I will check it out one day. So I give more information about my age. When the first one I used to have a ball in it. I feel like you're older than my brother 30 plus, but not close to my mom 50 plus. I wonder. You might be very, very close now, son. You might be very, very close. How old am I? Despite being an old man. I will make Ame do maths and you hesitate to doxing himself. No, I'm not gonna do meds for no reason. Don't do medication on me out of nowhere. No, we are not going down that road. Oh, I mean, like, let's be truthful. I seen VTuber when they say they are 24, they are 29, people call them old hag. And I actually reply to those two and say that if you're old hag, that made me an old man. I mean, like, it's actually kind of funny, right? That I got mistakenly for being younger due to my voice. Or when I was in Japan, due to my face, a lot of people say I look younger. But at the same time, there's also people who say I look way older. So the thing is, right, there was even one time when I was like in my 20th, a taxi driver mistaken me as 40 plus. So it's kind of ironic that when I was in Japan, people call me younger, but when I was in Singapore, a lot of people say I'm older. So the only impression I would definitely say that if I mean, like, every time when I say I got a watermelon belly, it's like I always joke because it's like I can't remove my fats easily, and that it's like, how big is my belly? Just imagine a watermelon size, and you imagine that on my that is my belly, and they'll be like, that's the reason why I say a watermelon belly size. I mean, like, it's kind of funny in how people always tend to go about, like, always say like beer belly or whatever, and like, I'm the only one who go around and saying that, oh, I got watermelon belly, not a beer belly. It's like, it's so hard to imagine a beer belly, but it's so easy to imagine a watermelon, and you put that in your stomach, you'll be like, oh, that's how Ame look like. Excuse me. It's so Yabaya times. I wonder. Alright, let's just go and fight 10 bosses for fun. Hey, big belly is hard to build if you have to eat a lot of food, and that's not cheap. Dude, I prefer to slim down, you know, because I want to save the money. I prefer to slim down, okay? I mean, like, true, some people will say that definitely, like, having a bit... No, I mean... Dude, do I have to say that I actually managed to lose up to 70 plus kg, and then I kind of like gained weight a little bit, and as time passed by, as I ate more, because of my parents always say that don't leave this leftover, don't leave that leftover, and I was like, dude, now I understand why I became fatter in my old days, and I was able to lose weight in Japan. Like it's true though. I've managed to lose 40 kg when I was in Japan, and now for some reason I'm getting all back. You know? I'm I'm still trying to lose. It's like it's kind of ironic that my leg is weak because of the squat I do on almost on a daily basis, and my arm, but my the fat on like the belly fat, right, is so hard to burn for some reason though. I feel like I need to go back to gym again. I mean like I I couldn't go to the gym for the past month. I've not told you guys about one thing is that I did not go to the gym for the past month because I was like coughing a lot and having throat issue, and I do not want that to spread to others. So I did not went to the gym for at least a month. I only just been doing squat and ring pull with my head for the past month only. It just squat and ring pull, which basically means that my hand is still slim, my leg is still slim, but not my belly. I feel like I need to. I personally feel like I need to slim down a lot more. If now that I think about it. Yeah, but then don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, like actually, for people with high blood pressure or having like family history of heart attack or cardio arrest, right, it is better to keep a healthy lifestyle, and that inclusive of eating healthy and being slim. I mean like if I can live as long as I can and at the same time not having heart issue, wouldn't that be a better good? Wouldn't that be a good thing? I mean like at least I will be able to live longer and able to talk with you guys more, entertain you guys more along the line. Isn't that considered a good thing? For this skinny human like me, 40 to 50, I try to getting fat and gain weight. I'm jealous. Um, often more than not, right? I would say that eating more is one thing. Or have you tried like eating more meals? Like you can keep like you can eat less, but have you tried like eating like it like how to say it? Like if you can't eat too much at one go, right? Have you tried like increasing this amount a little bit by little bit, or maybe like eating a snack in between along the line? Like gaining, it's called gaining cholesterol. Not cholesterol, gaining calorie. Sorry, it's like gaining calorie in additional calorie in your life. If you guys are not aware, it is a thing though. It just slowly increase the number of calorie you intake in a day, and it will help. It's the same thing like when you want to lose weight, you decrease the amount of calorie you take per day, but it's one of the reasons why I always tend to like eat once per day or twice per day only. Like I do not eat too much per day. Is that by ensuring that I do not overeat, I will at least be able to maintain my weight in a way though. But at the same time, I do have to control my eating. That's how I lose weight. But at the same time, when you think in the opposite way, if you want to gain weight, you eat slightly more. You increase the intake of the food you have per day. Six of the boss. That one didn't recover yet. Which boss should I try fighting that is slightly easier? Recover in 1 minute. Or maybe this one? I will try again. It's because I'm picky and food around me so plain. Understandable. I mean, like, if there is food that you like and if you can increase in size a little bit, you can go ahead. If not, I would recommend like something along the line that give the same advice to a lot of people who want to gain weight. It's basically increase your calorie. I mean, like, don't go and say, oh, I drink protein milk, it's gonna give me the weight. It doesn't. Protein only give you protein, it doesn't give you the weight. So in order to gain weight is by increasing calories. So okay, this is kind of me back to my health, teaching how to be healthy. So what you want to do when gaining weight, right? You do not want to gain weight in one shot. It is not going to be permanent. In order to gain weight the right way, it's the same thing as how people lose weight. It takes time. It's gonna take you quite a while to gain the weight. So the only way for you to gain weight to not be skinny, and you want to gain the weight, and once you gain the weight, you want to build muscle on it, right? You can. So what you need to do right now is that you let's say for example you eat 3 meals per day. If you want, you can add in like tea time in like between lunch. You can add a little bit, like, don't say that you're gonna eat a meal on tea time. You can eat like, let's say, a biscuit or maybe some milk tea or maybe a little cake along the line. Like, eat things that within reason slowly increase your calorie per day. And when that do, you will slowly gain the weight. It will be very, very slow. It will be very, very slow, but it will gain. Do not let the weight slow gain affect thinking that you can't gain weight. There is a way. Don't eat too much. Don't do whatsoever. Weight, if you gain it slowly, is considered healthy. It's the same thing as losing weight slowly. If you lose weight too fast, that's dangerous because you might be dehydrated as well. So when you gain weight, you have to do it slowly. You need to do it step by step. Do not let fast gain affect you. Don't think that drinking anything that is gain weight is considered gaining weight. What you want to do is gaining slow, like the calorie in your body. Let it slowly build up. You can gain the weight. Just take your time. Yes, you can be picky. Don't get me wrong, but increase the number of intake your food is, or maybe increase like tea price, like if you or maybe a break in between meals, like add a little bit of like let's say sandwich or maybe biscuit, milk tea along the line. Eat a little bit more than usual that you normally do. Increase the number of calories you intake per day. That should help you. So I don't think you need to worry. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. this is knowledge that I learned from my friend, who is actually a trainer. So if everyone think that I know this kind of thing, you have to thanks to my friend. I learned from him in many sense. So I was able to understand this kind of thing as well. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of things, a lot of people tend to think that it's kind of ironic. Like a lot of people think that it's an easy way out, but often more than not, it always takes time. The best result always takes time, and I do believe in that. I mean, like losing weight is not an easy task. I mean, like if there is like, let's say medication to accelerate that, good. But if people think that, oh, just because we just eat that and you don't put in the effort, then that's a little bit wrong though. I mean, like it's the same thing as being a VTuber. It's the same thing as how Hololive gain their subscriber. It doesn't grow overnight. It take years. It take time. It take a lot of people effort to make what Hololive it is now. And do a lot of people see that point of view? It's a different story. But yeah, I do think that a lot of people need to understand that point, and if people are able to see past that, then I think that's a good thing. But if people is unable to see that, it would be like, this is one of the things that sometimes when I look, like this is one of the reasons why I always observe a lot of situations. It's like because I was able to, when I live in Japan, it was 2017, and yes, 2017 was the year when Hololive started. So I was able to see a lot of things up close and able to witness a lot of things. How Hololive grew to be now along the line. And I still believe why I say like Holostar is still being underrated. I feel like they should a lot of people should appreciate Holostar in a way along the line. It's like yeah, in a way I still think that it's still gonna take some time for Holostar to grow. It's just that will they accept the growth one day or not will be a different thing though. All right. I feel like I talk a lot today, even though I feel like I'm gaming a lot. I game not a lot today, but I feel like I talk a lot for stream. Is it like today live stream around 3 hours and 30 minutes, and I feel like I'm not playing a lot, but I feel like I talk a lot though. Like I can feel my throat get the sore throat a little bit. Like you can, I feel like you guys can hear there's a whole sound on my voice a little bit, right? I feel like an old man trying to speak right now. Alright, let's see. 21 days. Estimate 21 days. 21 days. 21 days. Alright. According to this, is 20. So let's see the calculation of the days. Let me take my calendar. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 21. On the 29th. Alright, so for Genshin next update stream, it'll be on the it will be likely to be on the 24th next Friday, and the update will be on the 29th, which is on a Wednesday, which is it always aligned with many days because it always tend to be on 29. Yeah, I think that's aligned with every single thing. So 29 will be the the update patch, and 24 will be the, unless they do it on this coming Friday, I don't think so. 10 days, it's normally like 10 days before. 24, I feel like it's 24 likely to be likely the case though. Yeah, unless they did it earlier, then nothing I can do about that. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to pull enough for the next character though. But I mean that the last Alakino was here, so 6 PT. Yeah, 6 PT ka! 知らない。知らない。Oh, mine is Sovereign. The Universitia Magistrum room. A professor prediction that you require. The 2-star have been captured by the world gravity. After a lengthy orbital period, today their paths will intertwine once more. That very specific. Their paths shall intertwine once more. This is a very specific way of saying it. Alright, it's pretty late on my end. It's pretty late on my end. Is Abe-san doing his live stream? No, I don't see him doing his live stream. But I see Ring Penrose is doing her live stream. Nakiri Ayane is doing her live stream. Okay, I will say one thing, right? I wouldn't say like, okay, this may link to the Hololive ranking we'll do on Friday. Well, I won't put her as my top Oshi. But I will admit that whenever she laughs, I can't stop laughing. Like her giggling, her laugh, her, like, you can't stop. You can't stop yourself from laughing because her cuteness is like so much though. It's the same thing for Fuamoko in a way. It's like you can just immediately smile, like you feel happy because it's like Nakiri Ayame got the like she got the energy that when she laughs, it bring joy to people in a way though. At least that's how I feel though. Oh, she's praying Volorang. Dude, sometimes I'm really afraid of girls who are very, very good at playing FPS though. But anyway, I think I should go and sleep now. It's pretty late already. Tomorrow I will be playing Honkai Star Rail. Tonight I feel like right now is pretty much a lot. I talked quite a lot for today though. So if we got more topic to talk, let's see it tomorrow. Hopefully we won't be. Hopefully I will be free from Twitter in a way by not using Twitter too much tomorrow. Hopefully, but other than that, let's hope that we can enjoy and play some games and talk about topics that we can. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Today's topic, I still feel glad to talk about because at least we are able to have a conversation in a way. But at the same time, I feel like there is a lot of things I feel like we can talk about, and we'll see about it tomorrow. And with that being said, I hope you guys all have a good day or night. We'll talk again at the next video or live stream, or even if you guys come to my random chat and talk in the video, I'm also fine with it. So yeah, have a good day or night, everyone. Bye bye. Same for everyone on reality who are still around. Have a good night rest, everyone.